about Colleen, and I'll give you like the short version, but the good version. So basically, Colleen Ballinger is a woman who has been on the internet for a very long time. She's a YouTuber. She has a couple of YouTube channels. Sorry, I actually just got recommended to me. Ryan Gosling laughs at his own joke. Hang on, can you hear?
They're kenning all over each other.
Okay.
Judy, you got Ken Scott, Ken Kingsley, Ken Simu, there's Alan, Michael Sarah. And how are they kenning? They're just, they're kenning all over the place. They're kenning all over each other. They're kenning everywhere. And they're kenning so hard that they're going to ken themselves blind if they don't stop kenning.
Oh, it's really funny. Okay, sorry. I'll save this to watch later. Okay, so we're going to get back on track. We're going to talk about... Sorry, every time I've seen an overhyped movie has been a meh movie. I don't think Barbie's been that hyped. And in fact, every time they've talked about Barbie, they've started talking about Oppenheimer. So, like, I think if anything, Oppenheimer is fucking overhyped. Okay, so let me explain to you what's going on with this. But basically, where are the channels now? Ooh, that's a White Girl Ukulele song. That's funny. I thought he was coming out with a parody of her apology, and I was like, ooh, that's badly timed. That's funny. Anyway, so where's her channel? God, there's so much we could watch here. But anyway. Okay. Miranda sings. And then does Colleen Ballinger have a main channel? I thought she did. Colleen Vlogs. I thought Colleen Ballinger had a Colleen Ballinger channel. Yes. Psycho Soprano. I knew it. Okay. Oh, she hasn't uploaded that one in 6 months. Okay. No ad blocker. Oh, on me, I don't have an ad blocker on YouTube. No. I'm a YouTuber. How could I have an ad blocker on YouTube? That would be like I couldn't in all good conscience do that. When I I was going to say when I rely on ad revenue, and to be fair, ad revenue is so shite that what I actually rely on is Patreon. Welcome, Irish Wolfhound. First time chat. Yes, so we're going to skip back and forth, I guess, because some of you know what I'm talking about already and you're going to be asking questions. We're going to skip back and forth. But the copyright claiming piece is allegedly a troll by somebody else. So everybody did think it was her briefly. And now she's saying it wasn't her and that somebody else uploaded her song to iTunes and started claiming people. And particularly the H3 podcast got sent a cease and desist and were told to stop saying that she had copyright claimed anyone. So definitely not going to say that. So it was someone else. They were trolling. Really, 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 really funny troll. I'm like, wish I thought of it. Okay, so we've got Colleen Ballinger, Psycho Soprano, 8.5 million subscribers on her main Colleen Ballinger channel. On her vlogs channel, she's got 3.2 million subscribers. That channel was a bit more active recently, like it was an actual blog channel. This one she hadn't uploaded since 6 months ago. It was kind of like, this is the channel that would have been used, you know, like the kind of OG YouTuber, like for the collabs and stuff, you know, like Daily Grace, the Holy Trinity, that kind of era of YouTube. Like that, I think that would have been like, this would have been that back in the day. Let me see, can I sort by oldest anymore? Oldest, yeah, they brought that back. Oh, there's mad stuff at the very oldest. Wow. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, there's Glozell. Oh, so this was originally a vlog channel. Anyway, I did not know that. Anyways, we will go back. Popular. Let's see popular. 30. Hang on. The Birth of My Son has 33 million views. What the fuck? My Family music video. Miranda gives Colleen a voice lesson. Like, this is the sort of thing that I thought was on this channel. Like, although there's more Miranda Sings stuff on this channel now than I knew. Oh, she must have started putting Miranda Sings stuff on this channel. What girls think about in the shower. That's a Miranda video as well, is it? Anyways. So, sorry, the reason I'm getting sidetracked is that Colleen Ballinger YouTube channel, Colleen Vlogs YouTube channel, that's like, I thought the Colleen Ballinger YouTube channel was just her, and maybe it has been in the last couple of years. It looks like it has been just her. The Colleen Vlogs is just her. It's her actual life. It's a vlog channel. And then Miranda Sings, 10.7 million. Wow, Miranda Sings has the most subscribers out of all the channels. Are you joking me? Wow. Miranda Sings is her character. Miranda Sings, I've always thought, was like a one-off viral video that somehow she managed to turn into a 10-year-long career. I don't get it. I've never got it. I have never thought Miranda Sings was funny. Zen Gafu, same. Welcome. Thank you for Kofi Stream bot. I don't know why you triggered, but thank you. Never thought Miranda Sings was funny. Never got it. Like, saw it once, got the joke that it was like back in the day, like it was a video of somebody who thought she couldn't sing. Let me show you the channel, sorry. It was some video of someone who thought she couldn't sing, and that was it. And I was like, oh, like that's about all it got out of me. And I've just never understood the appeal of it since. Basically, she like humps her sort of shoulders, and she like pulls her pants up so that like it kind of walks like really weird, and then she puts her lipstick too high, and then she thinks that she can sing and she can't, and that's the whole shtick. And I've just never thought it was funny. And so Miranda Sings has 10.7 million subscribers. Now, I didn't understand why Miranda Sings was popular, but since this whole discourse has been happening, it's become very obvious that it's actually kids like Miranda Sings, which makes way more sense to me than anything ever did before that. So like if you go to videos you do popular, right, like oh my god, 56 million. Are you fucking serious? 56 million views. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me run some quick calculations on that calculator. Now, I'm going to assume, right, that this is a total guess, right? So as far as I know, you can make, for a 1 million viewed video, now this is if you get 1 million views in a short period of time, you can make it between $1,000 and $4,000, depending on the demographic that clicks your videos, and obviously the ad blocker, blah blah. I wouldn't imagine she's the most what's the word, valuable demographic, because that is like 25 to 35-year-old women. I do think she probably has a lot of women watching her, but I do think it's probably kids. I wonder, let me check, is it... Okay, so it is monetized because I got an ad. Let's even go on the like lower side. So let's say she got if she got 1,000 per million views, it's 56,000 she made off that video. And And if she made 4,000 per million, she made 224,000. That's actually not as much as I thought it would be. I'm sure it's actually a lot more than that. Surely. Anyways, that's wild that has 56 million views. That's crazy to me. And yeah, so this character is like, let's find a video that can describe this character. I bet this one is the one.
The crunch knew what's its crunching.
Hi there, I'm Pookie. Join me on my learning adventure.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to me to go over everything. They say that time's supposed to heal you, but I ain't do much healing. Hello, can you hear me?
17 million views for that. Like, honest to God, what am I fucking doing wrong? Gotta head out. Bye, Patty Sue. Yeah, so whatever. That's Miranda sings. The whole character is she wears stupid makeup and walks funny and pulls her trousers up really high, and that's it. And then Colleen is like a relatively normal, like, at least she seemed relatively normal until recently, and she had a couple of kids over the years, and so she kind of become a mommy vlogger. And basically she has been criticized lately for grooming. Now, I don't know if grooming is really the right word, but basically being inappropriate with her fans who are too young for the things that she was talking to them about, allegedly, in group chats and stuff like that. So, if for anyone who doesn't know, this all blew up because on her vlog channel she posted this video. And this was like, this has been going a couple of years now at this point. So about 3 years ago, an Irish YouTuber actually called Adam McIntyre made this video talking about how when he was at underage, when he was like a teenager, and I assume by underage, actually he means 17, like under 18, because in Ireland, 18 is underage. But I think it might have been even younger when he was working for her. Like, he might have been 15, 16. But anyway, so he's underage and he worked for her as a social media person. Like, he had access, he was tweeting out for her and he was working for free, is my understanding. So he talked about that, and he talked about how he's gay, and he had talked to Colleen about doing like a skit with Miranda where Miranda came out as someone who liked something stupid, like someone coming out as someone who likes Oreos, or was it coming out as a Taylor Swift fan? It was. And so she posted that tweet during Pride Month, or he posted it for her, but she approved it. And then she got a lot of backlash, and then so she blamed him, and they had, arguments behind the scenes, and he was removed from all the social media, and she was like, "You're not working for me anymore," etc. So there was bad blood. And so people were like, it's kind of fucked up that she was getting to work for free. And then he pointed out that at one point there'd been a live stream and underwear had been involved. I think it was a haul. I think she was opening underwear she bought or something. And then there was a live stream, or maybe that it was sent to her and she was unboxing it, and it was a live stream. And she was like, who wants this underwear? Like, who wants this lingerie? And in the chat, he was like, I want it. And she actually sent it to him. And I remember at the time being like, that's a bit fucking weird. And so about 3 years ago, he made a video talking about this, and she kind of got semi-cancelled then. Like, she got a lot of backlash, but she made a video about it. And let's see, it was called Addressing Every... I'm not going to play it, don't worry. There we go. So she made a video about it, and it was this one here, Addressing Everything. It got 3.9 million views. And like, ooh, you are used to seeing, but... And it was like a proper like YouTube apology video, and she like addressed everything and talked about it. And this was like, it seemed to be received. Look at the top comment. Who's here after watching your ukulele apology video? It seemed to be received really well at the time, and it seemed like at the time people supported her, and they went back to supporting her, and she continued with her life, and she continued with her Miranda tour. And for the longest time, Adam was kind of pushed aside a little bit. Like, people were calling him clout chaser, other stuff. But basically it all came to a head recently because another person that was involved in the whole the group chat that Adam was a part of at the time, again, so much information, but basically Adam was a part of a group chat at the time that had Colleen in it, and it was called Colleen's Weenies, and there was a number of people involved. And at the time that Adam came out first with all these kind of, it weren't even allegations, but it's just telling like what had been going on, the other people didn't really stick up for him, didn't back him up, and so obviously that led people to be like, well, it's not that serious, whatever. And then a couple of weeks ago, one of the people involved uploaded a video that basically said, I should have backed Adam up from the start. Everything that he said happened, and it was actually worse. And here's the receipts. And like, that video has been deleted now. I've never seen that video, but I've just seen the reaction. So it started to gain loads of traction. Basically, loads of kind of people then in the Colleen's Weenies started to share screenshots and stuff like that. And long story short, it's just that she was really inappropriate in the group chat that had underage children in it, asking them things like their favourite sex positions, and asking them about their periods, and asking them, like, making jokes about them sending ass pics. It's like, you can definitely take it all out of context, but even in context it's pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if she's joking about them sending, like, he said, my ass looks really good today, and she's like, send pics. And like, even if it's a joke, still a bit weird. You know what I'm saying? Hello Mac Attack. Hello Matthew. Welcome. Hello Whirlwind MJC. I don't think I welcomed you earlier. So yeah. So fast forward anyway. It's happening. There's two PowerPoints on the H3 podcast if you're interested in catching up on everything that happened. Like, I genuinely was so confused as to what had happened, because the last time I remember anything being said was about this was 3 years ago, and I hadn't realized someone new had uploaded the video. So I like caught up initially with what was happening with the H3 podcast. They did a Colleen Ballinger PowerPoint. Then they went on break, and this was kind of gaining traction as well, and Colleen hadn't uploaded in a while, and then she uploaded this absolute banger. Now, I didn't want to watch this until such time as I had watched it on stream, but unfortunately I couldn't hold it, and I've watched it like a million times. The problem is, you see, I watched, I'd say 15 different people at least react to it, so now I actually know it off by heart. I've only watched it in and of itself I think 3 times, but I've watched so many commentary channels react to this video that I now know it off by heart. So this is the video here. Hang on, I just need to make it a bit bigger. Here's the video. And Carrie, it's not a joke if you know your audience contains underage kids. Oh, I don't have chat on, do I? Hang on, let me move chat up here. Because it should be coming up my screen. I want it on my screen. Uh-oh. Okay, where is chat now? Can we see chat? I want to see chat. Thanks for giving the summary. I had no clue about any of this. Oh, amazing. I love this. Okay, so she uploaded this video and it looks like your average YouTube apology video, doesn't it? It looks like she's going to make another one of the apology videos that she made 3 years ago, addressing the new allegations, doesn't it? I'm so excited. If you haven't seen this yet, I'm so fucking excited for you to see this. Now, let me know, will you? I'm going to run a test video here. Will you let me know if this is doubling up on audio? And if I need to put it out my speakers. Don't mind the ad. Because this is coming through.
Hi, Ken.
It's coming through the desktop audio to you guys on the stream. But are you hearing it also? Are you hearing it double up out of my mic via my speakers? Or is that not how sound works? I'm not sure. It sounds okay. Okay, thank you, Matthew. Can always count on you. Okay, so let's do this. Hi.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's
True.
just as long as they're entertaining
to you.
Right?
I'm so sorry. I know it's off by heart now.
You guys having fun? All aboard the toxic gossip train.
Chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic. I'm so sorry.
You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train.
When I tell you I was watching this, my mouth on the floor. I was like, what? And it did make so much sense to me because she loves that fucking ukulele. Like everything I've learned about Miranda sings and Colleen Ballinger has been against my will from the very first minute that I ever came across her. And this is what I wanted to talk about, why I never liked her. And it's not because of any of her content or anything. It's because I just couldn't get away from her on the internet. But let's keep going.
Tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past.
Rumors looks like facts. If you don't mind the gaps, they won't survive in the crush. But hey, at least you're having fun. Fucking wish I could play the
Hi
ukulele.
everyone. I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things.
Some
My team
even
has
have strongly advised me to not say what I want to say.
I recently
They realized
I
that
never said
that I couldn't sing what I want to say. This is really annoying because I'm really good at learning song lyrics, but for whatever reason, the spoken song lyrics in this just won't stick in my head properly.
I am, and today I only want to talk about the facts. So I hope that you'll be willing to listen. Here we go. Many years ago, I used to message my fans. But
not in a creepy way, like many of you are trying to say,
It was more of a
but a loser way.
loser kind of way.
And I just wanted to be besties with everybody.
It's kind of like when you go to like a family gathering, and there's a weird aunt there, keeps coming up to you and going like, "Hey girl, what's the tea?"
Yeah, your pedo aunt.
That was me, but in group chats with my fans.
But in group chats with my fans.
I've been sharing my life online for over 15 years. I've poured my heart out to you, and because of that, I feel like I'm talking to my friends. But in the beginning of my career, I didn't know that there should be some boundaries there.
Except you're being accused of doing this when you're 30 years old. Not at the beginning of your career, at which point you were in your early to mid 20s. So that, line number one.
There were times in the DMs when I would overshare. Details of
My life, that's pretty weird of me. The things that she's accused of oversharing, by the way, are details about her sex life with her husband, with her underage fans. Let's keep going.
I haven't done that for years, you see,
because I changed my behavior and I took accountability. The screenshots say different.
But that's not very interesting.
Or maybe they don't. I don't know. Allegedly. I don't know what I'm talking about. I know nothing. It's a good song. Don't sue me.
Let's go on the toxic gossip train.
Chugging down the
Fueled
tracks.
with hateful accusations. Toxic
Gossip train.
Steamroll over
Over
someone's
someone's reputation. One ticket to
Toxic
manipulation,
gossip
please.
train. Hop hop on board, but close your eyes. Otherwise you'll realize that the train is made of lies, and that person you despise maybe didn't deserve to die. But hey, at least you're having fun.
If you actually listen to the lyrics of this, which to be fair, I haven't really until this point. And because I was watching it through YouTube commentary channels reacting to it, they're all reacting to the same bits. So I actually hadn't realised that part says the train's made of lies. And it's like, where's the lie though? You know what I'm saying? They're all screenshots. Pretty hard for a screenshot to lie. I mean, I suppose you could Photoshop it,
but it's really important to hold people accountable for their mistakes. We should hope that everyone can learn from their mistakes and grow and change their behavior and be a better person. And this is something that I've always tried to do when I make mistakes, and it's something that I will continue to try to do. What? Oh, you don't care? Oh. I thought you wanted me to take account.
It's so funny. This is such a... I love when people call this an apology video. It's not she's not sorry, like. I enjoyed it. I was like, she came out swinging. She came out like, I'm not saying sorry, and I'm also not wrong. And I sent lingerie to underage fans. I asked them for ass pics. I asked them what their favorite sex position was. I asked them to put tampons in their mouth and send me a picture of them with tampons in their mouth. And I asked them to show up to my show with tampons, and we all took a picture together of them with tampons in their mouths. And then I told them about my husband's and my sex life, and then I also talked to them about my husband and my divorce, and I like bitched about my husband to all these like underage fans. But fuck you guys, because I did nothing wrong.
Accountability, but that's not the point of your mob mentality, is it? No, your goal is to ruin the life of the person.
This is such a good example of why I never fucking liked her, and I'm gonna get in more into this after I want to get through this performance. But victim mentality, and that would be an oopsie. Exactly, Mac Attack. So it's victim mentality. She loves the victim mentality. That's why I've never liked her. That's the reason I never could stand watching her content.
Person you despise while you dramatize your lies and monetize their demise.
But this song's a fucking banger there. I sound like I gotta give it to her.
I can already hear the comments on this video. She's gaslighting, manipulating. Oh, she's a narcissist and a rat.
This is so smart, because when you tell people what they're going to think, it's a really smart manipulation tactic to get them to not think that. And I've actually, like, I call it emotion policing. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but like, if somebody goes to me, oh, you're going to be so mad when I tell you this, or you're going to think, I know you're just going to think this, but that's not what it is. They're preemptively trying to police my reaction to something. And that's exactly what she's doing here. She's like, I can already hear the comments. You're going to say I'm a manipulator. What was that noise? Oh, Mac Attack, thank you for resubscribing. If I can live long enough, maybe I can have you pour my pint at a pub. Maybe.
I would never make a mistake like that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that all of you are perfect. So please
criticize me. I never said it was perfect, but I didn't send, that I'm aware of, lingerie to underage kids. And I also didn't ask them for ass pics. And I also didn't ask them to put tampons in their mouths. I'm just
bring out the daggers made from your perfect past and stab me repeatedly
in my bony little back. This blew me away. So a lot of people have pointed out that this is body checking. It seems to me, and look, Millie, stop. Millie, if you're going to growl, you're not allowed to be in here. Okay? Not that you speak English or understand what I'm saying. But if you growl again, you're gone. Millie. Every time people are putting the bins out, that's her problem. Millie, leave it. Out you go. Good girl. Yeah, so people have pointed out that this is body checking. She's reminding us that she's really thin. First of all, lyrically, it would have made more sense to write ass there. But she changed it to back, presumably because she's being accused of being inappropriate. So she's like, can't put the word ass in. But then she put in bony little back. to remind us that she's so skinny. I think she has an eating disorder, to be totally honest with you. And actually that's become relevant because since this has come out, more has come out about what she's being accused of, and she's now being accused of, this is the worst one actually, and like the ukulele, it's really going to ruin the vibe of the ukulele song, but I'll say it now because I might forget afterwards. But the real bad thing that she's now being accused of since this came out is that she was friends with Trisha Paytas, who is an OnlyFans creator, she had a saucy Patreon before that, but she's basically been doing like selling sexy pics or naked pics or whatever else for years, and so Colleen is accused of like saving them, getting access to them, so she must have been subscribed to her on these platforms, paid platforms, and then she was sending the pictures to these kids to slag Trisha off and like slag her body off and stuff. And while that in itself is really fucking mean, it's also like illegal. Like it's illegal to send porn to children. Like, even if you're doing it to be a fucking bitch about someone's body, it's illegal. Isn't it? Like, I think it's illegal. It should be illegal. So that's bad. And that has all come from people noticing that she body checked in this video, pointing out that she body checked to remind us that she's so thin. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, I forgot that she's like obsessed with people's bodies and slagging people off. And oh yeah, there was this time that she started sending naked pictures of this like OnlyFans creator into two kid friends. So yeah, allegedly. Okay, so that all came from the body checking moment.
And stabbed me repeatedly
in my bony little back.
I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song.
No, I love his bang.
I know you wanted me to say that I was
100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go that route.
Of admitting to lies and rumors that
you made up her clout. That's harsh. That's fully accusing him of being a clout goblin. And there's an allegation that the last time Adam McIntyre spoke out about Colleen, that Colleen used her other fans that she was close with to gang up on Adam and delegitimize his claims and say like this wasn't happening, etc. And that's part of the thing that has come out with the person who was involved in the original chat, who made the video that blew this whole thing up again, who has now deleted it. In that video they said that Colleen made them go against Adam publicly, and they wish they hadn't done it. They wish they'd backed him up, and they were sorry, basically. But yeah, so the accusations is that she spearheaded a campaign to call Adam a clout chaser, and she's now calling him a clout chaser in this video.
She did some things that I do not like in her past, so everybody gather round because we're about to attack, but not based on facts. Oh no, your loaded lethal weapon is your fingers on the keys. You don't need any armor when you can hide behind a screen, so shoot me down quick with a click and bam, my reputation's deceased.
As we go through this, I want you to remember that she had to write this. Like, she's not making this on the spot. She had to write this song. I probably practiced it a couple of times because this is a one take video. And like, there's no mistakes. There's no nothing. People have been thinking that she might have done this like 15 times. Even after she wrote it, like...
I also wanted to take a minute to talk about that girl Miranda sings.
Okay, we're going to come back to the Miranda sings. I want to show you one thing actually first. Anna Akana, who I love and who is now getting into commentary, apparently, which I'm so here for.
I want to talk about Colleen.
But I wanted to show you something that she pointed out. It was like this, look.
Creator is how long it took her to make.
Message my fans, but not in a creepy way.
more like a loser kind of way. That's good. You know what the piano is the... Life is like a box of chocolates. Sometimes children say you gave them lingerie.
Oh, that's good. Bo Burnham would be so into this. Not only did she write this song, but it's in one take. So she had to rehearse this and memorize it. And did she like, warm up beforehand?
Mummy made me mash my M&Ms. Goo 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 goo. Goo.
Important questions. Also love Anna Kana. She's so gorgeous. Okay, we're back to Colleen.
Yeah, her? She's PG-13. It says that on my website. That girl, Miranda sings.
Okay, now we're into character.
Yeah, her? She's PG-13. It says that on my website, and it's always been that way. And that's why you won't...
Loads of people have found out that that's not true. And it never said... It didn't say PG-13 on our website up until recently. It hasn't always been that way. Until a couple of years ago, I think it didn't say that at all. It doesn't say PG-13. I think it says PG. And last but not least, she has like 6, 7, 8-year-olds on stage with her in multiple clips. So, Kay.
Find my videos on the YouTube Kids app. Anyway.
Yes, so what she's saying there is she doesn't mark her videos as made for kids, so they don't show up in the YouTube Kids app, but like that doesn't mean anything. You don't actually, as a content creator, want your videos to show up in the YouTube Kids app because then people can't comment. You actually don't want to mark them as made for kids because it limits like your sharing options, I think, as well. Like you definitely can't comment on it. I think you can like it. Not 100% sure. But like I can't understand why any content creator would want that. So I understand why she would mark them as not made for kids. Also, it means you can get away with shit. Saying shit, cursing.
It was my responsibility to decide what was appropriate for every kid to see. I've always relied on parents to decide if they're comfortable with their families watching my YouTube videos or coming to my live shows.
So while I will say that I do agree it's not the individual content creator's responsibility to make sure every kid in the world like has an appropriate, you know what I mean? Like it's like you can have content creators that curse like me or do things that are not necessarily intended for kids to watch. And you can be like, well, it's the parents' responsibility to make sure the kids are watching things that are suitable for them. But at the same time, if you're creating content aimed at children, it's different. Like you can say all you want that they weren't in the YouTube Kids app, it wasn't marked as made for kids. But like, like this fucking character was not for adults. Why did I say it so weird? Why did I say it so American? This character here was not fucking adults. I wouldn't mind there's a kid in that thumbnail as well.
Get infinite entertainment at the touch of a button. Break free from boredom and find your play. Virgin Media. It's playtime.
New Febreze bar.
Oh god damn it!
Did you know that every flush flings odors onto softs?
New What's It's Crunchy. If you can't handle
single-handedly funding.
A crunch.
Okay.
Miranda Mondays. It's the day where you watch it, and then you are again. Miranda Mondays. Hey guys, it's me Miranda. Welcome to Miranda Mondays, the show where I talk to you for an extended period of time into a microphone. And I hope you have been enjoying it. I've been having lots of fun doing it. And also not lots of fun. So sometimes I'm having fun, but lots of times I'm actually kind of annoyed. Today I'm coming at you with a mood that is a little sour. And not in an Olivia Rodrigo kind of way, but in the human kind of way.
Jesus, she looks like a
when I
joke
say
there.
I'm sour,
This is
I
the
don't
character,
mean
like.
Olivia Rodrigo, like in a cute, quirky way. I mean like news. That's what I always say. So first of all, I'm offended that you think I would ever be a Coca-Cola drinker over a Pepsi drinker. And a serious show. We're talking about serious topics. Anyways, you never been funny. Don't expect to win any awards unless they're participation awards. I'm getting the vibe here. You're trying to leave a mean comment, but this is actually the biggest compliment in the world. First of all, interesting to me that you also have a car in your... Wait, is this the same freaking guy? Is this the same guy as just... Literally, look at this freaking picture. It's a guy next
Yeah,
to a
listen,
car,
I can't stick that anymore. But also, that's kind of fucked up that she's, like, calling out negative comments and, like, putting their profile picture in. That's bananas. Although he doesn't look like a kid, so fuck it. Who cares? But yeah, oh, God. That character's not for adults. Why do I keep saying it weird? That character's not for adults. No way. So, like, you can say, well, you know, you're talking shit. My legs are not dead because I've been sitting on them for so long.
Taste? Yes.
Ow.
Have I made lots of dumb mistakes? Yes. Am I sad that there are some fans who feel betrayed? Yes. But was my intention to manipulate?
Because a manipulator would definitely tell you if their intention was to manipulate. So we can trust that, right? Because if you were a manipulator, you would have just said that.
It doesn't really matter what my intention was, because it seems as though everyone's already decided on that.
Ooh, hang on, Carrie. Something that always bothered me about this character is that it sounds like she's imitating a deaf person's speech. Maybe I'm missing the mark. Yes, so I don't know about that, but I have always assumed... Let me move the camera down a little bit because I need to sit down a little bit lower. I've always, like, thought that it was a parody of... So it was described the other day online, I read, as being a parody of a talentless theatre kid who thinks that they're really talented. But I don't feel like that covers Miranda as a character, because how does that explain, like, the lipstick up here, like the fact that she puts the makeup on purposely shitty, that she pulls her pants right up around, so she's kind of nappy arse, like, that doesn't make sense to me. So I've always thought that there's something slightly more sinister behind the Miranda character, and it's hard to like pick something and be like, this is what it is a parody of, because then you could be accused of being, like, insensitive or whatever. So I get what you're saying, where you're saying maybe I'm missing the mark. It's hard to guess what it is she's parodying without running the risk of making, like, an offensive observation or an offensive link there. But I do think there's something slightly more sinister. I always thought that the Miranda character was in some ways like a parody of like some kind of special needs thing, whether it was like learning difficulties or something else. I've always thought that there was something more sinister to that character, and it's not just a parody of a talentless theatre kid who thinks they're talented. I read recently as well that it's a parody of a homeschooled Christian kid, which, okay, I get where you're coming from, because again, I never watched Miranda Sings before this, and everything I've learned about Miranda Sings, especially in the last couple of weeks, has been against my will. But I have learned that she does talk a lot about sex and stuff like that, and the whole reason given for that is that, oh, she's like a homeschooled Christian kid, so she's really anti-sex, blah blah, like has all these traditional values, like she's brainwashed essentially. Which I'm like, okay, I sort of get that. But there's a lot of incest jokes, and people are pulling them out and putting them all together into compilations, and it's feeling quite weird. This character, by the way, the Miranda Sings character, for those of you that don't know, got a fucking Netflix show that got 2 seasons, and it was the same shit. the stupid lipstick, the crap I can't sing, but like I think that I can sing, saying offensive things to people, talking about her uncle who would touch her. Like, ugh. Millie, what did I say? Millie, do you want to say hello? Do you want to come up? You coming up? Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, that's my armpit. Do you want to say hello? Oh yeah, good girl. Good girl. Millie. No, she's on my lap. You can't see her. Love you, honey. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, let's get back to it. Can't remember what I was saying.
Let me tell you, it's not very fun to have millions of people all over the world call you the most vile, horrendous, disgusting, life-ruining words that a person can be called, in my opinion. It doesn't matter that these things aren't true.
Oh, you need to get your nails trimmed.
Everyone just believes that you are the type of person who manipulates and abuses children. So I just wanted to say that the only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser who didn't understand
you shouldn't respond to fans.
I'm not a
predator, even though a lot of you think so.
Because 5
years ago, I made a fart joke. Just to explain what that is, she had a segment. God, this is so much deeper than I realized. She had a segment in her Miranda live show, because she also has a live show with this fucking character. I don't know why you would pay to go see this character live. Well, I suppose unless you're an actual child. But she has a live show, and she had a segment in the live show where her conservative, homeschooled character talks about how people who don't dress fully covered up, like up to the neck and like fully legs covered up, are porn. And then so she like gets people up out of the crowd to bring them up on stage to slag off their outfits and go, you're dressed like porn. And it's called the porn segment. And so kids were arriving at her show scantily clad on purpose in an attempt to get up on stage to meet the one that they really liked, the character they really liked, which is like, whether or not she wants to acknowledge it, is you're encouraging underage people to like dress really skimpy. And I get how you could be stupid enough maybe to do it accidentally, but it's really fucking dumb. Like, it's like, how did, after the very first time it happened, how did you not realize what you were doing? You know what I mean? And so anyway, this girl comes up on stage, and she is actually called up for a yoga segment, and she had dressed skimpy to try and get called up for the porn segment. And so there's like a video clip of Colleen dressed as Miranda, obviously, like laying the girl on her back and then spreading the girl's legs, and the girl has like a really skimpy romper on. And so the girl made a YouTube video, or made a TikTok video, and it got like millions of views. I think that was also part of the like reason this whole thing kicked off, about how she felt really violated in the moment, and she kind of didn't really feel protected by Colleen in that moment, and she didn't like that happened to her. And she had worn the skimpy romper to get kind of slagged off on stage, but not to have her legs spread in front of the whole arena. Millie, seriously, get out. And yeah, that's it. And so there was a fart noise being played when this happened. And so that's what she's saying there. Because 5 years ago, I'm not a predator, because 5 years ago I made a fart joke. So that's what she reduces that to, a fart joke. Like, she's not even acknowledging how the person felt about it. She's like, no, it's just a fart joke. Like, fucking get over it. Which is wild. She also looks terrible in this video. I'm sorry to be so mean. But she's a very pretty woman, and she just looks terrible in
change
this
anyone's
video.
mind about me.
Like, why is her foundation a different color to her neck?
I still felt it was important to come on here and defend myself a little and take
Accountability, except she didn't take accountability at all.
And I also wanted to say that to anyone out there who has ever supported me in any capacity, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. For what it's worth, I never had any bad intentions.
I know. That is an excuse people use sometimes. I mean, yeah. It's so fucking weird though. Like, you're in your 30s, you know what I'm saying? You weren't in your 20s.
Toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket
to manipulation station.
Toxic gossip train. You
Shut the tracks and harass me from my past. Rumors look like facts. If you don't mind the gaps, they won't survive in the crash. But hey, do you like the slow version? At least you're having fun. Hell yeah, I did. I think the song's a banger. And then this is what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm going to turn it off. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to add another bit of song that I clearly have pre-written. So she thought about doing that. To practice that. To turn off.
Confused about something. I don't know.
No. I have something else to say.
Sometimes people
Make a mistake, and it doesn't make him a horrible person. Whoa. This one's not as big of a banger. A mistake and it still with peace. Good person. Good purple.
Sometimes people can make
A mistake and it doesn't take a mistake and no. I don't know the words to this part.
Grind it and add some lies to it and pulverize it and stab it with knives and ruin a life. And
See, this is also still written even though this part sounds like shit. It's still written because she's not rhyming by accident. What is she? Eminem? Freestyling? No. Millie, I'm seriously going to get annoyed. Either shut up or get out. And if you're going to get out properly and stay out. Good girl. Go downstairs.
sometimes people
Millie, go downstairs.
simply because they made a mistake.
Good girl. I don't know how I trained her to go downstairs, but I did by accident.
Doesn't make them a terrible human. It just
Makes them human. Except the rest of us didn't do that shit.
What do I know? Fuck me.
Fuck
right?
me, right? No, I missed the time on that one. Fuck. So yeah, that is the world's wildest apology, not apology video. And of course, like everyone has been like, what the fuck? It's got 12 million views. I watched a million commentary YouTubers respond to it before I ever watched it. So like if you were to count all them views, it'd be wild. Oh, hang on. I want to show you something. History. Vlogs. There's other stuff. God, I don't know what else. But I want to, before Alex kicks me off the stream here. The cue cards got stuck. She forgot to take the script. So I wanted to talk about the reason. Hello, Saladin. I'm good. We're talking about Colleen Ballinger here. Ooh, where's my chat? Why is my chat that side? I want my chat that side. Oh no, I probably do want it that side. Actually, never mind. Okay, so I want to talk about the reason I never liked her, and here is like the simple reason that I never liked her. Well, she can thank you for me giving her more time in my life than I would have ever given. Was surprised to hear the kids' TV show Miranda came from her. Never watched it either, but have heard about it. Lol. Yeah, I think it was called Miranda Sings. Was it? It wasn't just called Miranda, was it? Yeah, it was on Netflix. She also, I saw a video today. She had a cameo in like Wreck-It Ralph or something as her Miranda character. Crazy. Here's why I never liked her. Because she used to come up on my feed all the time. First, I'll tell you actually how I came across her in the first place. So she was very big 10, 12 years ago on the internet with her boyfriend, Joshua Evans, I want to say his name is. And the two of them were going out, and then they got engaged, and then they got married. And then later on they got divorced. But around the time they were engaged, they did this profile. It was this interview. And in the interview, I specifically remember this because I remember being annoyed that the interviewer didn't know how the fucking internet worked. And the interviewer asked in the interview, like, oh, if you guys break up, who gets the fans? Like, not understanding that they had their own channels. Please. And then they didn't really have a reaction. Years ago, I saw her Comedians in Cars episode with Seinfeld. The character was just too annoying, off-putting, even for my taste and humor. Yeah, that's a crazy thing as well. Like, Miranda Sings has been like gone really mainstream and like been on things like Comedians in Cars getting coffee. Like, it's crazy that she made it onto that. But anyway, so yeah, so I don't think they had a good answer at the time for that question, but it was a stupid fucking question, and I remember being like, God, they don't know how the internet works, and being really annoyed by it. But they did end up getting divorced then after that, a couple of years later. And I just, for whatever reason, that profile they did on them stuck out in my head. And I just knew that they were a couple and I knew they were together. And then after that, the only time she ever came up on my feed was when she was crying. And so, like, if you go back, this is, I bet I can go from now and go back the way. This is why I never liked her. First of all, this is exactly it. Like, see the way she's like looking down here. Can you see my mouse there on this high video? This is exactly quintessential why I don't like her. Anytime she ever came across of my feed, she was clickbaiting her own sadness, and it really fucked me off. So let's look, my rude toxic trait, and she's like angry face. My terrifying bathroom experience, that one's fine. But like, this is exactly, sad news about my chickens, heartbreak emoji, and she's crying in the thumbnail. And if you actually click in, it's like a day vlog or a couple of days vlog, and like, she's just clickbaited the sad bit, and she's taken one moment where she looks like a bit watery eyed.
So you never stop noticing fresh.
And I don't normally get this many ads. It is a bit sad she's a trained professional singer but got famous and that's her job, to sing awkwardly off tune. Yeah, so she's done a lot of videos where she sings as herself with Miranda Sings, and that's just to show off that she can actually sing. So...
Hey guys, today is not a good day. We went out to check on the chickens and there were feathers everywhere. There was like a tiny, like a small hole, like it had been ripped through like the chicken wire, and I don't even know how it happened. Like, something got in, and Pink and Big were missing. Applesauce and Miscellaneous are still in the cage.
Okay, such fucking stupid names. Like, sorry, but they are. It's so childish, her content, and the way she goes on is just so fucking childish. Her fucking call your chickens stupid names and then don't protect them properly. And like, even if you did protect them properly, like, don't just come on. This is a bad example because I know they're pets or whatever, but like, look, the whole video is her crying the whole way through. Like, take a minute.
But she's been following,
and then suddenly it's like, oh, now I'm fine.
But then this kind of hangs out, you know?
Doing a haul. Now I'm over it. Oh, now I'm out crying again. Like, her content came across to me as so negative and so focused on the negative. And like, also, she would cry so often online. Look at this one, I'm sorry. And again, and that's why the play button, because I went to be like, what's this about? From this exact thing. And it's like, I couldn't even wait around to figure out what it was. I was like skipping through it. It was like vlog, most replayed, vlog. And then
postponing shows for various reasons.
and then she's like crying. I don't even know what she's crying about there. I think she was like, I'm tired. It's like, finally some good news. Like, it's just so fucking negative. Look at this one. I'm really scared with the oh, you can't see it behind me. Hang on. Okay, let me move it around a bit. See this one, the top right here? I'm really scared with that sad face. Like, another one. Let's see. Update on my throat with her head in her hands. Like, just clickbaiting sadness all the time. This is why I never, ever liked this content creator. Because that would all came up on my feed. Over dramatic negativity is a draw on the internet. Unfortunately, it seems she took it to the next level and got inappropriate. Yeah, so look, I totally get that, and I know that, and like, I have done that. You know, unfortunately, the negative stuff gets the clicks, and so it gives you this like weird it's this like negative feedback loop. That might not be the right term, but it's like you get trained to do this because you get more clicks when you do this. But and I do get that, but she just over goes for it. And anytime I click into one of these videos, because again, I'm part of the problem, that I might click a sad thumbnail or whatever more than I'd click a happy one. She's crying about nothing. And I remember around the time that Netflix cancelled her show, she got 2 seasons of the show and then they cancelled it after that. And of course they did. The show's fucking stupid. But like, she got 2 full seasons of this absolute dog shit TV show, and yet she was crying online and like exposing Netflix, and I just thought that was so fucking unprofessional. What she should have said, a great day with a bad ending. Like, look, stop it. What she should have done was been like, I'm happy for the 2 seasons that I got. Instead, she went on like slagged off all the cast and crew, slagged off Netflix, and it's like, of course, no one's gonna want to work with you again. Like, if you're gonna be going on like that. And yeah, so this is just like the hardest thing I've ever been through. Like, it's just more of this shit, you know what I mean? And this is the thing, is that every single time it came up my feed, it would be one of these negative ones. Like, look, making mistakes as a mom, head in her hands, blah, blah. So anyways, oh, look at that one. How we made 145,000 in one day. Interesting. Oh, is that the charity money that they're like, there's some accusations that she donated to charity. She did a charity fundraiser, and they're like, where did you tweet the receipt? Just out of curiosity. I'm not saying that she didn't donate that. I'm just saying there are people asking, where's the receipt? Feeling frustrated, guilty. She also vlogs her kids, which I don't personally agree with. But then again, I have had the, I don't know, benefit or whatever of like having more years doing this and getting older online before I've had kids, if that makes sense. Like, I think she's the same age as me. I think her first kid might be like 5 ? So like maybe at 29, 28, what age am I now? 28, I might have put the kids online, not realizing at the time. But now that I'm 33, oh my God, I'm 35. I genuinely feel like I'm fully 2 years younger than I am because of this fucking pandemic. But anyways, now I'm like, if I have kids now, I won't be putting them online. But you know, you like, so I give her a pass on that one, because like loads of people have vlogged their kids, and I don't know. Maybe if she was having her first kid now for the first time, maybe it'd be different. But like, look at this. Like, I'm over it. We're moving again. So it's just so fucking... And just, again, every time she came up on my feed, it would just be, look, this really pissed me off. Crying in my hotel room. I shattered my camera. I miss my old house. Just so fucking negative. Bite me. addressing the comments about my weight. She focuses so much on the negative. Like, look at this. Diamonds fell out of my wedding ring. Like, God. I miss my kids when we go on tour, like, which is fair enough. But, like, I don't know. Oh, look at this one. Welcome to our bed. That's a wild one. But anyway, yeah, so it's wah, 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 whatever. Even if you go, I think, to her main YouTube channel, let's go latest. And let me see. Yeah, look, like, we need to talk. I don't know what that one's about. I don't really want to watch it. These seem slightly more positive, in fairness. These ones never came up on my feed, though. I think this one did. Telling my friends I'm pregnant. The first one she did, I think, came up on my feed. It's so funny. Look, this is another crying one. My journey with dermatillomania. I think it's so funny because there's a joke in Scrubs where the kids, Turk and Carla, are having their second kid, and they let somebody believe it's the first kid, and the person like writes a song for them and everything, and then at some point it comes out that it's the second kid, and she's like, it's your second kid? And he's like, yeah. And somebody says, I don't know whether it's him or JD or whatever, somebody was like, no one cares about second kids. and she's like really mad at him. And it's so funny. And I just think it's so true. Like, I remember seeing these and it was like her second kid. And I was like, I don't care. So yeah, like, this one's a little bit more, see, it's not really that much more positive. Like, look at this. We started going to marriage counselling. He moved out. And then again, yeah, it's clickbait, whatever. Now, to be fair, I'll give her that one. Like, that's probably a funny one. And I've done that. Alex went away for a weekend and I titled the vlog, My Husband Left Me. And the truth about why I fired my sister is probably maybe positive. We need to talk about this. What's that about? I don't know. I don't really care. So yeah, anyway, this is why I never liked her, because I was always like, God, anytime I come across her, she's crying. Colleen Ballinger on Netflix. I want to see, there was a video of her crying about Netflix cancelling her. I'm never going to be able to find it now, though, unfortunately, because it's just buried. Oh yeah, it's this one. Is it this one? My experience with Netflix. Oh my God, yeah. So Colleen Ballinger's brother. This goes deeper and deeper and deeper. My God, Colleen Ballinger's brother has been accused of allegedly. I don't know if this is true. Being accused of trying to meet up with underage fans of hers. Honestly, I'm so surprised you've allowed her to occupy so much of your thought processes. That is such a shady comment, Danny. And I have so much mental processing power that this hasn't taken up any of it. It's just an enjoyable thing to keep track of. And I thought people would be interested in it. And like, fair enough if you're not, but I think it's a very interesting piece of pop culture, considering she has, 20 million subscribers. But I'm not going to watch this, but yeah, she's like complaining.
And one person even said, one of my fans wrote back and said, hey, actually, Colleen Ballinger said that she didn't want it to end. You guys wanted it to end. And the customer service representative said, well, YouTubers are known to make things up. So at this point, they're making up stories that I was lying about it. So that was weird.
See, that's kind of... Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm looking at. So there's this video here. She has my experience with Netflix. And she's like, Netflix said I wanted to end the show. And I didn't. They ended it. And they're telling my fans that I wanted to end it. And I didn't. And it's like, God, that's really not professional, to be totally honest. Mag attack, pop culture, poop culture. That's funny. So her brother is being accused of actually trying to meet up with and allegedly kiss her underage fans. That wasn't addressed. She hasn't addressed that at all. Then people are now going through her content and they're digging up stuff. And they found a video the other day, like on Josh, her first husband's channel, that where they're on their honeymoon and he's like vlogging and he's like, okay, it's the end of the vlog, and then she puts her hand out of frame and then he goes, oh my God, she has her hand in my pants. And then they keep filming. And then he's like, ha, stop that. I'm trying to end the vlog. And she's like, hee. And then they left that in the vlog and uploaded that. And then clickbaited the video. My wife put her hand down my pants. I was like, ugh, and you're both making content with children, you fucking weirdos. Just edit it out. Ugh. Even hearing her regular speaking voice, my skin is crawling. Most shows never get past the pilot. Old eyes thought you had a fly in her nose. Did you move the cursor? Hi Claire, how are you today? I am good, Beaver Raid. How the hell are you? I'm sharing the Colleen Ballinger crack with people. So yeah. Now people are going through her live special. So she's a live show on Netflix, which is like sort of stand-up comedy, but not really. It's like she starts off as Colleen and then gets changed into the Miranda costume. Then she also has the 2 seasons of the TV show on Netflix. And then she has all the content online. Her husband has all the content and people are digging through it all, pulling things out of context to be like, what the fuck? But also, even in context, they're still super weird. Like, it's just a lot of inappropriate stuff. There was a really funny Twitter thread where an adult fan had got tickets and gone to see her and not realised the majority of her fans are kids, and not realised he was going to a kids show, and he live tweets the whole thing. Very good. Very funny stuff. So is that all? It's just so much has been going on. Oh yeah, and so there's been other videos that have come up, like there was a ukulele vlog where she's singing to her husband about his blue eyes. He doesn't have blue eyes, apparently he has hazel eyes. And he's like hating every minute of it. And shortly after that video was uploaded, they announced they were getting divorced. So he was like, they were already splitting, and she's like singing him a ukulele song. And yeah, it's just mad. The whole thing is mad. Let's watch this short.
Here are 5 reasons why everyone hates Colleen Ballinger. First off, is she's accused of being a groomer, having massively inappropriate conversations with her fans who are minors for years and years, texting 13-year-olds things like, what's your favorite position, are you a virgin? And bringing them on stage to exploit them and do nasty bits where they have to reach their hand in their pants or spreading their legs. Second is massively fat-shaming Trisha Paytas. She was exposed as having a running joke with her fans under the age of 18 as sending them Trisha Paytas' OF content. That is considered breaking a federal law.
They did viewing parties of my adult content to make fun of me. She just does not exist to me anymore.
Third, she was exposed by multiple crew members on her Netflix show Haters Back Off as being racist and insisting on having limited people of color in the background of the show. Fourth, she was caught abusing a lot of her employees on her set, some saying that they were only paid $3,500 for months of work.
I was bullied, tormented on a daily.
Fifth, she gave the worst, most dismissive non-apology ever.
I know you wanted me to...
So that interview where she's in the red, I don't know how to rewind a short, forget it. But the interview where she's dressed in red, I remember seeing a clip of it on TikTok, was like, Jimmy Fallon I think it was, and he goes, do you ever mean, she's like, oh, Miranda's great because like Miranda's so horrible that she can say anything and I can be so mean. And then he's like, do you ever mean the things that you say when you're Miranda? And she goes, yeah. And then he's like, well, don't tell anyone which bits you mean. And she's like, I won't. But I was like, that is just she's just such a quintessential mean girl. She gives me such popular in high school vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just comes across to me as such a fucking fake high school popular ass bitch. It's like literally Regina George. Oh my god, that bracelet's so cute. Where did you get it? That is the ugliest effing bracelet I've ever seen in my life. That is exactly her. I have not been on Netflix in a while. Is her content still available there? That is a good question, Saladin. I don't actually know. And And the thing is, the interesting thing that I think is really interesting, I tweeted about this the other day, but like Netflix refused to back down when their own employees went on strike about Dave Chappelle's special, and their own employees pushed back about the content in Dave Chappelle's special being offensive and over the line. And so it'll be really interesting to me to see if they respond to this at all, because I think that if they were to come out against Colleen Ballinger, like, which would make sense, of course you would want to come out against allegations of grooming kids, that would make sense. But then you would kind of, if you did that, would you not be saying, you know what, transphobia is totally fine, but I draw the line at grooming, or being inappropriate in group chats with minors? You know what I mean? It's like, I think Netflix has to leave it up the same way they stood by Dave Chappelle. Like, they released a statement at the time with Dave Chappelle being like, Netflix is not responsible for the content of some of its shows, and you know, people who make shows for us have different viewpoints, blah blah. And so it'd be weird if they were like, oh, Colleen now we can definitely come out against, but we're still fine with Dave Chappelle. You know, I kind of think they might have backed themselves a corner there. Saladin, she never made it past 17-year-old high school. Colleen, yeah, definitely not. Macatag, Colleen and company makes the Kardashians seem like Shakespeare in the Park. Kardashians are so funny. The Kardashians don't get enough credit. Like, they physically fight each other. It's amazing. Like, they're like kids. They're like normal kids. Excuse me. I'm trying to think, is that everything? I'm sure there's loads more. But yeah, it's been a couple of weeks on the internet since we talked about internet stuff.